Hello, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome for the first time if you never watched any of my videos. Today, in honor of Labor Day, I thought that I would make a video about socialism. I'd like to lay out what I believe to be the most compelling argument in favor of it, and since this is a pretty complex subject that is highly debated, I'd like to define it in a simple and direct way so that we're on the same page. Even if you disagree with my definition, at least you'll know where this argument is coming from. Okay? So, socialism is an economic theory where the means of production are owned by the workers and where wealth is distributed evenly amongst all citizens through governmental taxation and payouts. This is a very wordy definition, and it's really hard to dissect, so I'm going to do my best to simplify it and distill out the purest form of the idea. Now, according to my personal interpretation of this definition, and what I have gathered from socialism in the past and socialists that I have spoken to, socialism is the equal redistribution of capital. Okay? Now, the method of redistribution can be debated and differs from implementation to implementation, but it always has a common theme: the equal redistribution of capital. Now, it may seem odd to use the term capital to define socialism, especially when capitalism is considered to be the antithesis of socialism. But in this context, I am using capital according to its economic definition. Capital is anything which has value. This could be money, property, resources, time, skills, anything that has value. So now we have defined it. Again, it's the redistribution of capital, or more accurately, the equal redistribution of capital. We can talk about the pros and cons. In this video, I'm making the most compelling argument in favor of it, so I won't be talking about the negative aspects of it. There are many other arguments in favor of it. There are many arguments against it. I am just outlining what I believe to be the most compelling argument in favor. Okay? The other ones I can do in later videos, or there's a vast amount of resources with those arguments. So, the first argument that is often made in favor of socialism is that capitalism and free market enterprise lead to vast wealth disparities. This is a factual claim. It can be proven and is extremely obvious in many scenarios. Economic theories are humanity's way of minimizing the disparity while also increasing overall wealth. Now, this is important because socialism is designed mainly to eliminate the disparities by redistributing capital evenly. So they take the excesses of the wealthy, that's the orange, and they give it to those that have less, the green, so that everything is equal. Okay? So now that is why socialism is excellent in its purest form of solving the first problem of economic disparity. Now, I know that there are arguments against that, and that can be debated, but I'm not really focusing on that. I think that's a little bit of a generic argument for it, and not that compelling, because that is the definition of socialism. It is to help fix economic disparity. We have to tackle the second one, and I think the second one is where the nuances and where the real meat of this discussion is how can socialism increase overall economic wealth? And maybe I think that this is more important because I believe that this question, this part of the problem, is more important than solving the first part of the problem. But you know, everyone views economics in their own way, and again, this is just what I find to be the most compelling argument in favor of it. So how does socialism help to create a society that increases its overall wealth? Well, by giving all people enough resources to survive, and hopefully enough for them to enjoy free time to pursue their passions, it would allow every person that has a unique ability or special talent to use that to help society and pursue it fully. Now, because talent and skill are randomly distributed, and it's really difficult to determine who has special abilities, the core of socialism seeks to remedy this issue by investing in everybody to ensure that every single person has the resources to reach their full potential. Then you wouldn't have to identify the special people because you would be allowing every person and every single person with great abilities to reach their full potential and use them to benefit everybody. Now, there is an apt criticism to this system, and that is that most people aren't special. Most people won't launch humanity into a new golden age, and some people may leech off the system. It's inevitable. They won't contribute anything at all. They'll consume resources that others have created and really just be a drag on the system. Now, many that defend capitalism claim that inequality is a fact of life and that no system can be perfect. Well, if that's the case, we have to choose our poison. Which sacrifice do we want to make? Which would we rather accept as a flaw of our system? Wealth inequality or freeloaders? That's really the core of the argument. Since no system can be perfect, no system can fix all issues, there's always trade-offs, no solutions, according to Thomas Sowell, we have to make sure that whatever system we put in place, that we are fully accepting of the benefits of that, but also of the drawbacks of that. And that's where the argument comes from, is which pros and which cons are we willing to accept? So I hope that this has got you thinking a little bit. If you have any questions, comments, or if you would like to discuss this further, please leave a comment. I find this topic very interesting. I really like speaking about it. And as always, have a great day and do something awesome. Thank you so much.